Hello Motorrad World fans and welcome to Paddock Talk MotoGP Thailand Day 2, Saturday qualifying day, and what a spectacular day it was. We were told there was going to be rain. We were told there was going to be rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So far the sun has come out, the rain has stayed away. Friday was awesome, Saturday was even better. Starting off with a couple of notes, and probably the biggest one from what I could see throughout FP3, FP4 and certainly qualifying is Maverick Vinales on the Aprilia. Bit of that Yamaha Maverick Vinales coming out there, just throwing his arms in the air, not happy. Some of those signs that we were saying when he was, that's it, the spark's done. And just anyway, that Maverick Vinales, that cool, calm, collected Maverick Vinales that I certainly have been praising, and a lot of us have been praising over the last couple of months, certainly this year since he joined Aprilia, was not there. It was back to the Yamaha Maverick Vinales throwing his toys out the cot. Now, this is Aprilia's first big test of how they are going to deal with this Maverick Vinales that rears its ugly head. This mentally weak Maverick Vinales, not going my way, I'm going to throw my toys out the cot. And you could see they switched to the Aprilia garage a couple of times, and you could see they were trying to keep a straight face. And it's going to be interesting to see how Aprilia handles that, because Maverick certainly didn't look happy. He was letting the team know he wasn't happy. Even if the camera was on him, he wasn't holding back, which is a little bit wrong. I do think that's not the way to portray yourself. That's what got him in trouble with Yamaha in the first place, and that's kind of when things just went very, very sour for him at Yamaha. So let's hope that doesn't happen with Aprilia. Let's hope they get over it and they manage it a bit better. The struggles are there for Aprilia to see. Aleix Espargaro is also struggling, and he's in the championship hunt. But you don't see him throwing his toys out the cot. There was one or two little head shakes from Aleix, but when the camera was on him, calm, cool, collected. So respect to Aleix Espargaro once again. It just seems to be growing from race to race for me. Really have become a big Aleix Espargaro fan. Still does the one or two little weird things and says funny things, but certainly is very professional the way he's going about it, because the struggles for Aprilia are there. They've had one of the most adaptable bikes, certainly this season. They just seem to be battling now with, at Thailand, they need to run this harder carcass. Pietro Masso from Michelin was saying they're running the same compounds, the soft, medium and hard, but with a stiffer, harder carcass that is thicker and just more robust for the conditions. And it just seems like the Aprilia is really battling it with it. No grip at the back is what Aleix Espargaro and Maverick are saying. So when they're going into the corners, there's no grip. The bike's just pushing, it's not stopping. When they're trying to accelerate, it's not hooking up and going. So not a good day for Aprilia at all. I mean, if you look, Aleix Espargaro was 13th, and he really did dig deep in that Q1. Couldn't make it out of Q1, but 13th place there. Damage limitations for Aleix Espargaro, who, let's not forget, sits third in the championship at the moment, just behind Pecco Bagnaia and Fabio Quartararo, of course, and then Maverick Vinales in 17th. Maverick's had those podiums, had a really good run of late, but it wasn't nice seeing that Maverick Vinales, as I've said it a couple of times this year, I've seen him in the paddock, happy, smiley, looks like a new rider. But when you see, especially today on Saturday, that Maverick Vinales come out, I don't enjoy that. So that was one thing I didn't enjoy seeing, but nevertheless, let's see again how Aprilia are going to handle that. Another big talking point is, of course, all the Ducatis. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ducatis inside the top 7 places. Fabio Quartararo, the only Yamaha to split them up, and there's going to be big team orders. Davide Tardozzi has come out and said the Ducati riders know what they need to do. They are going to try and get as many Ducatis in front of Fabio Quartararo as they possibly can. And there's no doubt that Jack Miller and Eddie Bastianini, Jan Zarco, Jorge Martin, Pecco Bagnaia and Marco Bezzecchi can be ahead of Fabio. Luca Marini, he's right behind there in 9th place. He could also be in there, but the instruction from Ducati is disrupt Fabio Quartararo and beat him. Don't go knock him off the track. Don't go do anything stupid, but certainly ruffle the feathers of the champion and just try and get him as far back as possible. And, with 8 ridiculously fast Ducatis, ready to go. There's no reason why they can't do that. Interesting that Johann Zarco is running a different chassis compared to the other Ducati riders. He's running this new chassis with a couple of carbon fiber inserts, which making it a little bit more flickable and rideable. So certainly a lot of development. Ducati are really making full use of all the riders that they've got on the grid. So hats off to them, and it's playing fruition, because Marco Bezzecchi on a old spec Ducati, first ever pole position for the rookie. Phenomenal performance. Marco Bezzecchi, big round of applause. Sorry, I'm holding the phone with my other hand. Big round of applause to the rookie. That was brilliant to get his first pole position. And MotoGP is just springing up all these talents. We've said for so long, this is the most talented field we've ever had, and it just proves when Marco Bezzecchi can go put it on pole position. Stunning stuff. Jorge Martin, I've got to say, I absolutely loved watching Jorge Martin ride that Ducati today on Saturday. It was just awesome seeing him hang off that bike, braking and floating into that last corner, getting on the gas, getting tucked in. He's just got that all-action riding style, and very impressed with Martin. He seems to have found his groove again, getting comfortable, more and more comfortable on the GP22. It seems like that nerve damage that he had in his arm seems to be getting better after the surgery, and he's becoming a serious threat. How is he going to kind of play the Ducati game, having not got the full factory ride for next year? Is he going to just if he's ahead of Pecco? And it's going to be interesting to see how those Ducati team orders play out. I'm pretty sure all the Ducati riders are kind of behind Pecco, and Bastianini still kind of in with a shout. To what extent does his team orders go? We'll have to wait and see. But certainly Fabio Quartararo, heroic effort to get himself into fourth place there, just behind Pecco Bagnaia, first of the second row, riding the absolute neck off that Yamaha. He just cannot get anything more else out of that Yamaha. In fourth place, it's going to be a very tough race for Fabio Quartararo, but it's got parts. The Ducati are strong in parts, and that middle part of the track is where the Yamaha really can turn tight, hold its corner speed a little bit better. Although having said that, that used to be the weakness of the Ducati. There's no more weakness of this Ducati. It's just so adaptable. You put a soft, medium, or hard tire on that Ducati, it works. Harder carcass, softer carcass, whatever you put on that Ducati, it works. So massive hats off to Gigi Donnina and Ducati, because they are just getting it right in every single aspect. And Fabio Quartararo, it's a Lone Ranger up against all those Ducati. It's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. Jack Miller down in 7th. I think he's got a little bit extra pace. He came in, and just before his second run, putting another soft tire in, engine problems from his debriefs. There was a problem with the bike that meant he couldn't go out and not enough time to get out there. Marc Marquez in 8th. He was on a flyer lap in the final turn, just got a little bit wrong. Could have potentially got onto that second row ahead of Bastianini and Miller. Finds himself in 8th place. We know that he's going to be in the mix as well. So it's very much Quartararo and Marquez and potentially Brad Binder and Miguel Oliveira versus all those Ducatis. Luca Marini riding there. Alex Rins on the Suzuki in 10th. Miguel Oliveira in 11th. Brad Binder in 12th. And it's a pity, because I got his debrief, and he's so upbeat. They were fast in FP3, got himself into 6th, in straight into Q2, was really fast in FP4s, got good race pace, and unfortunately in qualifying started his first run on a medium, came in, put in the new soft, and as he went out halfway around, not even halfway around, unfortunately technical problems, he had to park the bike up on the side and just couldn't make it back into the pits in time to climb on the spare bike and go. So that really put pay to his qualifying. Would have been nice. He could have been potentially up inside that top 6 or 7, given himself a much better starting point. But as we see it from now, he'll be starting 12th on the grid. But one thing we know about Brad is he's not afraid of coming through the field. He can pass, he can make moves, and he's on a good run. He's got the confidence, he's got the momentum. I think we could potentially see Brad dicing once again for a top 6, top 5, potentially at what is going to be a very demanding race. If it's dry, this is another big question mark. Again, forecasted rain for Sunday, and if it rains, it'll be the first time this weekend, the first time the riders have even ridden the track in the rain, testing the conditions. That's going to be another huge spanner in the works. A big question mark for all the riders heading into Sunday. I do hope it is dry, to be honest, because I think we're going to have a spectacular race. Wet or dry, we will have spectacular, but the dry, I think, would just be phenomenal to see the pace that these guys are going. it's just absolutely incredible. I spoke about Alessio Spargo. Franco Morbidelli in 14th, Carl Crutchlow in 15th. Hats off Carl Crutchlow, the test rider, doing a brilliant job. Ralph Fernandez in 16th, one of his better qualifyings for the year. Well done to Ralph Fernandez. Maverick Vinales, Remy Gardner in 18th, Paul Espargaro in 19th. So, Marc Marquez just showing that Kalex swing arm is doing wonders, because none of the other Honda riders have got it, and it's showing that it's working for Marc Marquez. Look, he's still riding that Honda to the absolute limit, getting everything he can out of it. But Paul Espargaro, down in 19th place on that Repsol Honda. It's just, he just wants the season to be over so he can start his, or go back to KTM/Gas Tech 3, because it's just been a terrible, terrible time. Alex Marquez, another one, Honda, that's in 20th place. He must be dying to get onto that Gresini Ducati. DJ Antonio in 21st, and Nagashima in 22nd. Darren Binder, disappointing day for Darren. He just couldn't get going. It seemed like, made big improvements on Friday, had that crash in FP2, unfortunately, but just didn't seem like, he just didn't find any time today. So just couldn't, with the hot track conditions, just couldn't get into his groove. So let's hope Darren can have a good Sunday. He just needs that confidence. I'm sure it's sapped a little bit, but just needs a confidence-inspiring ride there from him. And then Daniele Petrucci at the back of the grid. I love his debrief afterwards. Says, more tired, more fast, but don't worry, I'll go win the race. So awesome having Daniele Petrucci, but it just shows you the level and where MotoGP is at the moment, because Petrucci, even on the Tech 3 KTM, he was still, 15th to 20th and kind of there, and comes back, and Daniele Petrucci last Grand Prix race winner on a Ducati in last place. So MotoGP has just stepped up to another level. It's absolutely incredible. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens on Sunday race day now. Is it going to be dry? Is it going to be wet? No, I don't know. But one thing I can tell you for sure is it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be entertainment level like we can't believe. Ducati, all their riders have been sat down around the table, given their orders. Are they going to stick to it? Is Fabio Quartararo once again going to break that script and ride the absolute wheels off that Yamaha and surprise everyone? Is our Brad Binder going to come from 12th place onto the podium? These are things you can't count out, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to get myself nice and comfy for the early start, early morning, get up and watch the greatest sport on the planet. It's MotoGP Thailand, and I cannot wait for race day. I'll catch up with you. Paddock Talk Sunday night for a little bit of a review, and then talking MotoGP Thailand Monday night live on the Motor Rider World Facebook page from 8 p.m. Do not miss out. I'll see you there.